In this tutorial, I'm going to play with lists. I'm going to have several buttons with different functions. A text box for input and a label to display the output. Now, if I think about the functions I might want from a list, I can rename my buttons to suit. So I can add to list, I can remove from list, I can clear list. The text box is going to be my input. And label is going to be my output. And I think I want another button to simply display list. Right, that should do to get us started. Now we'll go to the blocks editor. Let's start by defining some lists. And let's call this list 1, list 2, list 3. So there's my three lists. Let's look at an add to list button. So when add list click, let's take set global list 1 to the input. So it's going to be the input text. And so that we know what we've done, we want to have output, set the output text, and let us set it to list 1. That should get us enough to start. So we will have a new emulator. Oh, we clicked too soon. Right, the emulators come up. So if I click on menu, there's our input box. So let's add blue. And oh, we need to get up. Add to list. And there's blue. And the output, red. Add to list. Right. So the list content is just displaying the single value at the moment. Right, so we'll remove these values, and instead of using this value here, let's go back to our definitions. Yeah, we want lists, and we want add item to list. And that's the item we want to add. And it's added to list 1, and then we want to output our list. The emulator is showing green, so it should be. Let's see if it is red. Green. Add the list. cannot accept the arguments red, green. Okay. Let's try using make text between the input item and the add item to list. So if we go back to our emulator, now if we add and now we get the items added to the list. I've already added a couple when I was checking that. Right, so there's our list being built. Right, next we'll try to clear the list. So we've got our clear the list blocks. So when clear the list, we're interested in our list 1. Set global list 1 to, let's see what happens if we simply set it to nothing or dash. And the emulator is running. Right, clear the list. Does anything happen? Nothing's happening because we haven't told it to display anything different. But if we go and add green, so we've got 4 items in our list, add to list, the operation add items to list cannot accept the arguments green. Right, that's an error again. Right, what I've done now is to set global list 1 to make a list, and this time display the output text again. I've also put the input to the top followed by the output to make it easier to use the emulator. Now if I put an input in, add to list. There we are, there's blue, green, add to list. Yellow, add to list. And clear list. And there's the list cleared. For the next task, I want to read the items out of the list and create a new string with those items with my own characters to separate the data. And I'm going to use the display list click for this. and I need to iterate through each item in the list, and for that I'm going to use for each, and you can see here that it has an in list feature, so it's designed for iterating through a list. So I need to specify this is list 1, so for my own definitions I want list 1. So for each variable in list 1, and I will change this to item, I want to use a spacer, and I've created a variable text string which at the moment contains nothing. So in my definitions I'm going to set the text string. First of all, I need to build on this text string each time we iterate the next item. So I'm going to use a text join, and I'm going to take the existing value of text string, so it's in my definitions, and add to it my spacer, which will be a text item. So I can choose characters here that I need for my spacing. To make it obvious, let's put hyphen so that's my spacer added to the text string, and then I want my character added to this text string, and my blocks definitions, set global text string, and again I need to add this to the existing string that I'm building up. So if I copy that, and this time what I'm joining on is not my spacer, but it's the variable here. And then I want to output but we don't want list 1. What we want is our text string. So again, my blocks definition, text string. Right, so let's see how that runs in the emulator. Right, I've got existing list, so let's add to the list, add to list, and now let's display the list, and this is going to display it to our own format as a text string. Display list. Hasn't done anything. Why not? Right, I've shut down the emulator, restarted it, and haven't made any changes to the display list after the program. So if I add some information, red, add to list, blue, add to list, green, add to list, and there's the list item enclosed in brackets. And we now display the list. And here is the list item, and it's still got the previous list that I was testing, which is slightly unexpected. Let's just try again. Clear the list, and it's showing a cleared list with nothing in it. Display the list, and not showing anything. So green, add to list, blue, add to list. So you've got green and blue showing in the list. Display the list, and all previous list values are coming back again. That is unexpected and a little bit odd. Right, I think I've worked out what's happening. It's not the list that's holding the previous data. It's my display string that I haven't re-initialized, and so it's including the previous information because we're adding to the text string each time. So what we need to do is when we clear the list, we need to clear our text string at the same time. So if we go to our definitions, it's just, and the video recorder seems to have moved as well. Right, definitions, set global text string. Two, spare text icon. Right. Right, let's try again. Add to the list. Display the list. And there's the icon in blue. Right. Clear the list. Add to list. Right, it's got blue. Green. Add to list. Yellow. Add to list. Display list. Blue, green, yellow. Plus our icons to space them out. Clear the list. An empty list. Add to the list. Just got yellow. Display the list. just got yellow. Right, so we identified what the problem was. So we can now add items to a list. We can clear the list, and we can extract items from the list, and we can assemble a string with those items. And I think that will do for this tutorial.